We'll go over some of the features of this machine so you know exactly how to operate it. And it also comes with the tool cart, which you see here, and a total of 5 interchangeable ISO spindles. On the bottom of the cart you'll see the owner's manual, the wiring schematic, and also the parts manual for the machine. The machine also includes the tools necessary to change the insert tooling, and it also has the crank to adjust the front of the in-feed table, and I'll show you how all that works. On the front of the machine we have the guard assembly, which can swing into place and be fully adjusted to guard the tooling and to have a safe operation. It can also be lifted out of the way for tool changes and applications where the guarding won't work, like when the power feed system's in place. It has aluminum fences with phenolic inserts. These inserts can be replaced at any point. You can also make your own inserts if you want to cut into them. The fences are locked with the knob on top. They move in and out so you can control the amount of space you have between the tooling and the workpiece. It has a hood assembly for additional safety with a twist lock to release it. You just twist the handle on the back on the right side and it'll move out of your way. The fence can also be removed, or at least moved out of the way, for operations that require freehand shaping with a rub collar, and then it'll also come back into position and lock into place exactly in the position that it needs to be so that all of your settings are always accurate. We'll lock this into place. Here we have the motorized feed system. It has a complete assembly that can be swung into position and swung out of position, and we can control the height, the horizontal movement, and then we also have controls on the motor itself to adjust the pitch and those kind of things. We have the motor on, and we have a gearbox here to change the speeds. When we're not using it, we'll push it out of the way and give us full access to our machine. Here we have another lock for the fence on the right side, and we have a digital control to move the fences and separate the fences so that when I'm machining the board and some of the stock is removed, that the outside will also move to accommodate that. The door opens on the front by pulling the knob out, and this is also how we control the speed of the spindle. We have step pulley down here. We loosen this lock, pull this handle, we loosen the fan belt, we position it where we want according to the scale that we have built right into the inside of the door. And we have 5 positions from 3,300 up to 10,000 RPM, depending on what the tooling is and what the RPM requirements are. Our hand crank that comes with the machine will adjust the in-feed table so that we can get the table extremely close to the cover head and give us full support for the workpiece that we're doing. And then we have a control panel, and just briefly, we have our fence lock, and that's going to be used when we want to change the position of the fences. We'll turn the knob, engage the lock, insert this hand crank, and then we can move and separate the position of the 2 in-feed fences. These are the RPMs that we have on the machine. When I change the belt and the mechanical crank, that I'll also change, and then this will be our reference to tell us what RPM that we're set at. Here we have a brake, lock, and unlock position. Right now, I can't turn the spindle, but if I release the lock, now I'll be able to turn the spindle if I want to change tooling while the spindle's on here or need to just make a rotation. This is our tool change button. When I want to change the tools, I'll show you how that works in a minute. We've got our monitor, all the push button controls for the monitor, the start button. When we want to engage a program automatically, the blue light will light up. When it's ready to go, we hit start and we're ready to go. This light tells us that we're running in a climb cutting position or clockwise rotation. This is the spindle on, spindle off. Manual buttons to move the spindle up and down. And I don't know if you can see it here. but you can see the tooling is moving down when I hold that button down. And also fence positioning, manual fence positioning. I can move the fence in and out, like so. Anytime I want to for manual setup or just to move it out of the way. Manual automatic switch. In order for these manual buttons to work, we need to be in manual. If I want to do something in automatic, then I switch it to the automatic feature. This is the rotation control for the spindle. There's 3 positions on the switch. The center position doesn't allow the spindle to rotate or move at any speed or anything. Our normal position will be to the left, and that's going to be counterclockwise rotation or power or conventional cutting. That'll be cutting against the feed of the workpiece coming in. The other position is climb cutting. That position is spring-loaded, and you'll see the light come on when I'm holding that position. I need to hold that in the spring-loaded position and turn it on in order to get the rotation going for climb cutting. Normally, we're just going to leave the switch over to the left, and that'll control everything there. We also have our emergency stop button. We hit that if something goes wrong and we want to shut the machine down immediately. We have our key for the automatic and manual position, and we also have the key for the electrical door, all on the same location right there. Here's a close-up view of the control panel, and I'll walk you through some of the steps on here that'll make your life a little bit easier as far as programming. All of this is explained in the manual that comes with the machine, and you'll always have that for a reference, but this will make it quick and easier to get your startup going. When you first start the machine, you're going to see the SCM logo, and it'll take a few seconds for the software to load, and it'll go through a diagnostic to let you know everything's fine. Once we get through that, we're going to hit the menu, and you'll see we have several different menu items here. Program writing and modification of an existing program or doing a new program. Our change tool program, axis calibration program, modify machine parameters program, which is something you'll probably never use. Normally that's for a technician to modify something within the machine if it's not working properly. We'll concentrate on the first 3 items. Let's go to number 2, and the way we change that, we have side-to-side arrows, up and down arrows. We'll bring it down to the tool change program, and we'll hit enter. On the tool change program, once this comes up, we're going to hit enter one more time, and then we're going to flip our switch, and this is how we're going to change our tool. You'll hear air leaking, you'll see the light come on, and then the spindle assembly will come right out. The air leaking is to keep